Hey marketers, this is the Girls in Marketing podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We are so excited to get started with the episodes. Just before we do, we want to give you a little introduction to who we are and what we do. Girls in Marketing is an e-learning platform and online community. We are on a mission to bridge the digital skills gap and equalise gender seniority in marketing. Right, that's enough chat. Let's get into the episode. Hello and welcome back to the Girls in Marketing podcast. Today I am super excited because we are bringing a brand new series of episodes called Snack Episodes. So in these episodes I'll be joined with the team. We are going to be debating things, discussing things, and generally this idea came from the kind of office chatter and banter and discussions and everything that we had, and we thought it would be really cool to kind of just open up the discussion and start having these amazing Snack episodes for all of you. So we want to start today with episode 1 and just introducing the girls, who they are, what they do, and then just kind of give you a well-rounded view of us as a team. So myself, I am Olivia. I'm the founder of Girls in Marketing, and I started Girls in Marketing back in 2019. It's really been a journey for me back from 2019. And actually we kind of started off, the team was just me, and then I kind of built up a team of volunteers. And it has been a crazy journey. The journey has definitely snowballed, and I have decided to kind of continue Girls in Marketing as a business as opposed to just a community, what it started as. And yeah, that is kind of a little bit about me. And the first person that ever kind of entered the Girls in Marketing scene was Martha. So welcome, Martha. So Martha's journey started as a volunteer. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that and kind of how it came about, because we actually get so many comments about us just being friends because we actually didn't know each other before.
I know, it's mad. So many people, like, I don't know if you guys have gotten this, but a couple of people have come to me and been like, oh, so, you know, like, how did this start? You're all friends before, like, I assume. And I'm like, no. We all met each other on this, like, mental journey. But yeah, so I kind of started at a really interesting time because I was at uni, and I remember being in my halls, throwback. And I remember sitting on my bed and being like, oh my gosh, I just had this epiphany of like, panic. Oh my God, I've got no experience. And I feel like a lot of people are feeling like that. And I remember all I was doing, but I was working in hospitality as a waitress, and I felt like that was the only thing on my CV. I didn't know where I was going, and I just had this bit of a panic, and I thought I need some kind of experience. And so I came across Girls in Marketing, and I was like, this is the perfect thing. And at the time you had, I think it was like a PR volunteer or someone to help you out. And I went for it, guns blazing, and here we are. I remember at the time when I joined, I think we were organising like a 20k giveaway on Instagram, or like a 10k giveaway on Instagram. Here we are. How many followers now? Like nearly quite across a few. Everything. So
a lot. We can't count them.
More. But it's been like absolutely crazy, because I remember so vividly calling you. I was in my Nana and Granddad's garden, and I'd just seen your CV come through on email, and it was like a Saturday or a Sunday. Savage, can I just say?
Savage for me. Savage epic for me.
And I like seeing it, and I was like, oh my God, this girl's like so cool. You were like eating a pot noodle, and it was like picture.
Right, so context. What? On my CV, I had no professional headshots whatsoever. Like, I had no professional pictures. We were in a pandemic also, so throw that in there.
That's fair.
So the only photo I had recently was like me eating a pot noodle on holiday. So I whacked it on my CV, and it clearly made an impression.
Yeah,
so
it did.
There you go.
It definitely did. And then I called you. I was in me Nana and Granddad's, called you, and you was just like, I could tell that you were quite nervous, but
100%.
also like, I am not someone who's super serious, and that's something I think like everybody is kind of aware of, especially you guys. But I was just like, so just wondering like what's going on, like what you're doing, and you were just like, so I could do this and I could do this.
I am ready. I've got my spiel.
Wearing your suit for the phone call.
On my bed in my mum's house in this lockdown, like, oh my gosh, this is the opportunity. I'm going for it. And you were just chilling in your grandparents' garden at a barbecue or something.
But I think like instantly we just clicked, like we were laughing like instantly, and it was just so nice to kind of speak to someone who, you know, obviously you wanted some experience, but equally you were just like, I want to get stuck in and, you know, try things and stuff. So it was really kind of nice to speak to someone.
And it was kind of like that with all of us, I think. Like, I know when Kira joined, it was kind of the same vibe, isn't it? Because obviously people assume we've been friends before, but because friendship does kind of form the basis of what we do, it's like we've each had that instantly. And I know you did when you joined, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely. No, I feel like, obviously when you see, like, obviously being my age, like you just think like, oh, I've got an interview, like, oh my God. And then as soon as I hopped on that call with you and Lauren, I just remember it being so like relaxed and like chill, like, and it was just so much. I think I went for an admin role, I think, didn't I? And then I don't think I got it.
Actually, let's not go there, because what happened was, context again, so once I took on you, we then took on some like volunteers and stuff like that, and it went really well, and I think, you know, we definitely grew, and then I also took on Lauren Evans, who has done a podcast episode, so check that out if you want. And that's been on before, and she's really great, but she is she's in that Disney lifestyle. She wants to go back to Disney. She actually got on the programme, which is amazing. So shout out to Lauren, well done, chasing your dreams. And so we were kind of doing it like the three of us, and then with Lauren as well, so myself, Martha and Lauren, and we were like, we need some kind of more admin help, especially with like the member stuff and that. So we put out like a digital assistant role, and I think that's the role that you went for.
Yeah, that's what I applied for. I think that was like in like the February, and I remember because you messaged Liv about that role as well, didn't you? And I just remember like being like, I really want this. And we was members at the time, weren't we? I think that just after the members society just like started, and then we was founding members. Yeah. And then we both like kind of went for it. And then I can't even remember what happened after that. I think you didn't hire for the role, did you? And then we had like another like few chats, didn't we? And then
I think it just felt so wrong for me for it to be so like official. I think again, like because we've been quite unconventional in the way I've typically like hired for the team. It's not been like a go to an interview and you get like hired and then that's kind of it. Maybe yours was the most traditional in that sense.
Because it was right at the beginning. Yeah. But I think all of us have really kind of had to evolve throughout. Because it is, you know, a startup and we're so new, everything's changing all the time, so naturally our roles will kind of have to grow and evolve with that. But Amy 100%. Was the keen bean over here.
You definitely were. 100%.
So like Kira said, obviously me and Kira joined as founder members of the Girls in Marketing Member Society, and it was during lockdown, and I just kind of was at a place, so obviously I was in a slightly different position in my career versus obviously yourself and Kira. And I just kind of was feeling like in terms of my job, I was enjoying what I was doing, but I felt like I wanted to meet more women working in marketing too. And I kind of had got to a point before lockdown where I'd started to kind of dip my toe in that kind of area of like networking and meeting other people in the industry, because it hadn't been that long that I'd kind of sort of really solidified that yes, marketing is for me. And then obviously lockdown hit, and I just kind of felt in a bit of a rut. And so for me, the main reason I joined was to meet like-minded people. And I just loved it. Like I went to every networking event. I was like just really kind of like Girls in Marketing's biggest fan. And then when I saw there was obviously a rollout that Liv was recruiting too, I was in a position where I had a full-time role and like it just wasn't right for me personally, but I knew that I wanted to be able to be involved in some capacity if I was able to help just support with Girls in Marketing and what they were doing, because I really kind of felt like the message and what people could get from it really resonated with what I wanted. I was like, Liv, please, like let me be involved, let me do something.
You messaged me, I think it was genuinely about 4 times before I replied to you, because I seen the message, and I remember I was in the office with Lauren at the time because you were still back down south because you've also moved all the way up to Liverpool.
Correct.
But this was when it was just me and Lauren in our office with no windows as well. Just to shout out for anyone who's listening, we had an office with no windows. We now have windows.
Moving up in the world.
Moving up in the world, always. And you messaged me and I seen it. And I remember looking at your profile on LinkedIn and you were in Liverpool, like you were Liverpool based. And that was something that I was finding it so hard to find people who were Liverpool based because you were obviously down in Cambridge. And then that was one of the main issues with you,
I was in
think.
Manchester, yeah. I think the role was, we kind of wanted to be like in regular like meetups, didn't we? And stuff like
that was a big thing for me, definitely.
Yeah.
And so you were in Liverpool, so I was like, this is amazing. But you obviously said, because I'm working full time, like I wouldn't want to commit to that role. So then I'm sure you like messaged again and you were like, hey, like just checking in, which kind of just shows that persistence is key with everything.
Persistence pays off.
Just get on people's nerves. Just do it. Don't have any shame.
Just wind them up so much that they can't ignore you anymore.
But actually,
Or
I
the
was
vodka.
but that showed, to be completely honest, it showed me because at the beginning I had so many messages like genuinely saying, you know, I'd love to do this role, but and there was always like a but. And obviously you did have a but I was kind of like, well, let's like see what else we can do. So then we kind of, I think we created like a random role for you, something to do with Facebook groups or something, because we have like a Facebook group. And I said to you, do you want to kind of like moderate it? And then I think basically we split that digital assistant role into two. So you got kind of half of it and then you got half of it. Is that right?
Yeah, it was, I was kind of more like the like admin-y stuff, and then you was like more of like kind of like engagement
community type stuff. I mean, it was kind of split, but not kind of, as you said before, like it wasn't, you know, we're not kind of conventional, so it wasn't like this is like specific job roles, and because we were both kind of just like
just wanted to get involved
exactly
anyway.
Also
it was
part of the community already naturally.
We were already part of the community, so it just kind of was like a natural evolution, really, wasn't it? It wasn't like a sort of this is anything. And then it just kind of continued to evolve to kind of where we are now, and being now full-time member of the team. So just
it feels like ages ago, doesn't it? Like that, like that whole thing.
It does. Crazy. It really does. I think looking back now at where we have all started out, it feels like ages to me, because it felt so strange starting in this role full-time now, the beginning of July, and it didn't really feel like starting a new job. It was kind of like the first day was just like, hi guys, I knew you all so well,
and because you would kind of spend days with us occasionally anyway.
We do like exactly like we do stuff together, like strategy days, and like I spoke to you guys really regularly and stuff. So it didn't really feel like it was a complete. Obviously, it is a completely new role, and what I'm doing now is completely different and with like completely different responsibilities and stuff. But as in terms of like joining the team, it's for me been like such a lovely and like nice and organic way of getting involved,
because it's just completely natural. You can kind of dip your toe in the water. Exactly the same thing with me, obviously starting out volunteering and then a more freelance basis, and then finishing uni, and then eventually being able to kind of like move across the country and start full time, which in itself is a massive deal. And I think like imagine doing that relocation and starting a brand new job with brand new people, which loads of people do, and also loads of people get really nervous about if they're leaving education or wherever they are at in their lives. It's a big thing to kind of deal with all at once. So consider myself very fortunate that 100%. All the transitions, and I think it goes for all of us, have been fairly kind of natural and one step at a time, and it's made it much easier to kind of like cope with this mental journey.
Because also your kind of journey with Girls Marketing, obviously you were doing the admin role, and then
that was when I was in my first year.
Go on, you tell your story.
Can I just say, by the way, I feel like I've used the word journey so much, and I really hate that word, but there's no other word for it. Like, it's a vile word, but it's what it is.
We're all on our own journey.
We're all on our own journeys, guys.
But no, so I've actually dropped out of uni since then, haven't I?
Well, kind of, but also kind of not.
No, so I'm on a degree apprenticeship now. So I think you came to me in like so I did a summer internship, didn't I, over that summer. And then I think it was like October time we were talking about, September, October time. And obviously you came to me with like the offer of like a digital apprenticeship. yeah, obviously I had to say and then transitioned over, and obviously that's where we are now.
And also
mad.
credit to Liv, because somehow, why, I don't know, but she's managed to kind of like make our dream scenarios happen for each of us,
Literally.
which is a bit cringe to say, but it's so true. And it's like,
I will actually
Minimise.
cry.
but at the beginning, like these were all just like best case scenarios, would never happen. I remember thinking when I was volunteering, like this is never going to be a full-time thing, because it's just, you know, I'm really far away and it might not go that way, and I'm still finishing uni and all these things. And I remember you saying the same thing.
Yeah.
You were like, you know, I'm doing this uni degree.
Yeah,
But
I think the thing with us as well, I remember saying to you, like, we're kind of like just waiting for me to get through uni now. So like
to
kind of
be it,
like, I want
and it all started hilariously as jokes, like each of our situations. Because
why don't you drop out of uni? Then
it was like, oh, you just need to.
I really did.
It was like, why don't you just drop out of uni? It's just not very good anyway. And all
I
that.
was
And
like,
then
drop
with
out
you-
uni, I'll give you a job. Drop out uni.
Yeah,
And then you actually...
mine was literally the same, because I was obviously like in a full-time job and just hadn't considered that would be a possibility. And it was like, oh yeah, like, you know, that'll hopefully happen one day. Yeah, we'll get you full-time in the team. And I was like, oh yeah, that'd be great. I'd go home and be like speaking to my boyfriend. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'd love to like join them full-time, but you know, I don't know if it'd ever be able to happen. And then
And again, like, I remember hopping on Zoom meetings when mostly when Lauren was here and you guys were in the office, and I was like coming in remote, and then you guys used to be like, so when you move into Liverpool then? It's like, oh yeah, right, like that's ever gonna happen. Here I am sat in
a year later.
a year later. So dreams come true, guys.
Yeah, I think it is so nice. I mean, as a person, I think I value loyalty. Like, I am a very loyal person. So when I've kind of built the team meaning us,
these sofas.
I've valued loyalty a lot. And I think like you moving to Liverpool, one was just like crazy. I was like, this girl is literally willing to move across the country for this thing. And equally, like you dropping onto uni and even just like giving up like a full-time role, like it's just amazing to me. Like I could never imagine that. Literally get emotional. But I think, I value loyalty, and I think like if you see someone who is loyal, and like if there's a way to do it, I'll find a way. And it's not always possible. Like I'm not saying, you know, anyone who's like volunteered with us, we've had volunteers in the past that, you know, have been students and have kind of went back to uni, and that's kind of ended, and it's been a great experience for everyone. But I think for me, there's been times when I've been like, I cannot lose this person, like in the team. Emotional. But yeah, it's been an absolute ride.
I feel like we need a little game, lift
lift the mood.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we could do a little, I've got a note here, we could do a little snog, marry, avoid.
Love a snog, marry, avoid.
But a little twist on it.
Not with each of us, though.
Yeah, not with each of us. Snog, marry, avoid with TikTok, LinkedIn and Instagram. Because I think it's...
So you've got a snog one, you've got a marry one, and you've got an avoid one.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like we're going to have quite split opinions.
Yeah.
So I
across
think
the
it would
team.
be different, which would
I
be
think
nice.
we'll be quite different.
Go on, Amy, kick us off.
Okay, so I think, and this is purely based on my feelings today, so like no one's tired me to this. But I think I would snog LinkedIn, because I feel like I have a fairly good relationship with LinkedIn. I do use it quite consistently. I think it's great, you know, especially from B2B. Like, you know, it's a really great platform, great for personal branding, all of that. I think at the moment I'd marry TikTok, purely because I think I probably spend more time with TikTok than I spend with my boyfriend, so it would only make sense.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, I think I'd have to avoid Instagram, unfortunately, at the moment. I didn't think I'd ever say that,
Yeah.
but me and Instagram are just not vibing at the minute.
Yeah, see, I just couldn't be more different, actually.
Okay, go on, what would you say?
Instagram, I'm marrying. I
Yeah.
just think it's a good all-rounder in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I think bit of video,
Yeah.
pictures, stories. You can DM people, so you can use
Yeah.
it as a bit of a method of communication.
Context though, you
obviously.
did delete TikTok a few months ago.
Okay, so that's
true.
already...
This is quite a big thing. So I've not had TikTok on my phone now for, I don't know, like 8 months.
I
mad.
respect that.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
deleted it New Year's Eve of 2021, and I was like, let's just see how it goes, because it was consuming so much of my time.
Yeah.
However, it's hilarious, and I would snog it. I feel like it's a bit of a one night stand kind of platform.
Yeah.
Hop on, have a little
Yeah.
scroll, done,
Yeah.
done and dusted.
Yeah.
And I'm killing LinkedIn.
No,
Sorry.
we're not killed with Snog, Marry, Avoid.
No, she hates it that much. She's killing LinkedIn. LinkedIn's dead.
No, sorry. Avoid LinkedIn. But I would. It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
I knew that was coming from you.
What is LinkedIn to you? Like, why?
I just feel like LinkedIn is the toxic boyfriend that I don't want to go near.
Oh my God.
Just toxic relationship vibes.
Yeah, and I just need a break.
Yeah.
I might go back to them, but I just need
Just
some
not right
space. Yeah,
Yeah.
need some
Need
space
some
from it.
space. Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Kira, what are you
Yeah.
saying?
Right, so I would snog TikTok because I feel like that's like a bit of fun, but like not like
Nothing
full-time
serious.
things. Yeah, nothing serious. Marry LinkedIn
Interesting.
because I don't know, I feel like that is a bit more serious, a bit more of a commitment.
Yeah.
And then avoid Instagram for the same reasons you were saying, like just not vibing at the moment.
Yeah.
The complete opposite to you.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I think I'd be the same, you know. LinkedIn to me, I do feel like I would marry LinkedIn simply because it's like stable, it's like good job energy, like it's not toxic vibes energy for me. I totally understand your reasoning, but there's also like another side to LinkedIn that I think is like, oh yeah, like I would marry it. Like it seems to me like a good solid like platform. And yeah, the same. Instagram I would probably avoid at the moment, and TikTok I'd snog just because like, yeah, again, I spend a lot of time on it really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is my opinion on that.
Now I feel like I need to know what everyone listening. I feel like I need to know their snog, marry,
Yeah.
That'd be
avoid
good. That'd be good.
platforms.
Yeah,
So let us know.
definitely. Yeah, so let us know.
Right, that marks the end of another great episode. We really hope you enjoyed tuning in today. And if you did, please share with your friends, rate us on Apple Podcasts, follow us on Spotify, and watch the video version on YouTube. We've got so many exciting things coming, so we really love for you to get involved. See you soon.